I'm ready to go.
I'm not ready.
Holly's ready.
Still waiting.
Holly's eagerly waiting.
All right, let's just go.
We're running at Mom's space, okay?
Ready?
Yeah.
Come on. All right.
Holly!
She's taking off.
Okay, Holly, Mom cannot run that.
Holly.
Come on.
All right, I got her to run with me today. This is Danielle, my wife. So yesterday during my run, I explained how we started this whole streak running thing. And towards the end, I mentioned why it's a bad idea. And we're all over the place.
Yes.
So first off, explain how I got you into,
To do this?
yes, how it started, because your recollection is different than mine. Well, first off, how long have we been running a mile a day?
We are coming up on 12 years.
Okay,
So the end of August, August 31st, will be the start of our 12th year. Or we will have completed 12 years.
all right. And it started on Labor Day.
Well, it wasn't Labor Day, it was like a weekend.
Labor Day
before.
weekend.
Yeah. Okay, honey. So we had just finished a Run Disney weekend. Paul and the kids ran the 10K on Saturday.
So did I run it with Brody and Kaylee, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
You ran it with Kaylee, and Brody ran by himself. And then you and I ran the half marathon the next day, Sunday.
And this was after convincing you to even run it.
Yeah. This was only like my second, third half, I'm not sure.
Wait, you ran halves before that one?
Yes, two.
That was your first one?
No, that was my third. Because it was the first year we did Disneyland, and then that January Disney World. And then that was that year at the end of August that we did the next half. But so we were driving home on Monday from LA, which is about a 5-hour drive, give or take. And this guy here was like, I challenge you to run 1 mile every day for a year. And at first I was like, no, you're crazy. There's no way, not gonna happen. I'm barely running 2-3 days, just enough to train for a half marathon. Not even good training.
Okay.
And somehow on that drive home, you convinced me to do it. So when we got home, we unpacked and told the kids, hey, we'll be back. And in probably 100-degree plus weather. the day after a half marathon, which I had never ran the day after running a half, we headed out and just did one super slow mile. So for me, the streak started on the half marathon day.
Yeah. And
you have 1 day on
I have 1 day on you because I ran the day before.
Yeah.
Not that really matters, but
that's how it started. And silly me, I accepted the challenge with no incentive.
I swear I incentivized you.
But I honestly didn't think I would do it, so I figured what was the harm? I'm not going to commit to it.
So you're telling me you didn't buy a purse?
No. We bought Kaylee Ray a purse after her first marathon. I did not get a purse, no.
Whatever, we'll agree to disagree.
Okay. And honestly, it kind of just became like its own life force. 12 years ago, running social media was kind of crazy.
It's pretty big.
Yeah. I was in with some pretty cool people. We would do meetups, wear crazy socks, wear my crazy skirts, go Team Sparkle. A lot of companies that I supported. But over the last few years, it's all kind of just dwindled down unless you're a huge influencer. Which is cool. I'm not needing to post every day.
Nor do I. I'm just cataloging this stuff. Although I'll post when I can.
So I don't know what else you want me to talk about.
Well, all right, so
Ask questions.
we finished our first year, and at that point we're both like, well, I guess we're done. But
Why give up?
yeah, why give up? We're pot committed. Let's just keep going. And it now has become essentially a
daily habit?
Yeah, it's definitely a habit on some levels, maybe even a way of life, because we sometimes think of ways in which we're going to run. Obviously, we have to balance our work life,
Social life
around running sometimes.
vacations,
Yeah.
trips.
And that kind of leads into why you don't do this. And I think it's a good exercise if you need some motivation, but I kind of feel like
Sometimes we're not doing it because
we're not doing it
we love running.
Yeah, and sometimes we're not doing it because it's good for you to run and, you know, your health. We're doing it just for the sake of the streak, and I think that's the wrong reason to do it. I personally, I'm still doing this, one, because I've got an addictive personality, two, because I don't want you to stop.
Yeah.
It's got almost nothing to do with
You.
with me.
And I know that.
And I don't want you to stop because
I know that this is one of my only sources of exercise.
yeah, and you're being honest, you're not necessarily an athlete, so you need
I need something. I need a reason.
Plus you get, you know, you obviously run it with people every once in a while. And
Yeah.
we haven't done it so much lately, but I think it's still valuable to you. So I want you to keep doing it. Anyway. But the reasons not to do it, I don't know how many times I've run through injury.
And I've been very fortunate with very minor injuries. Shin splints, heel spur, nothing that was gonna take me out.
Yeah. So I've been running longer than you because of not the streak, but the
but at least 2 years
the actual running before
for races and stuff.
So I remember blowing out my knee playing indoor soccer, knowing I had already paid for a Disney World half marathon, had the surgery, and I had 6 weeks before that half marathon.
No. Sorry, Haley was calling.
So 6 weeks before the half marathon, and
Was it Disney World or Disneyland?
No, I think it was Disneyland. I think it was the hot and humid one.
Okay.
Not the one where you got really
Where I got sick.
overheated, but
Yeah.
it was one before that. Well, they're sometimes always pretty hot. Not necessarily humid, but I remember running that half marathon, which I probably shouldn't have, on a new ACL. However, the beauty of running is you just go straight. And the ACL doesn't really necessarily have any
motion.
Yeah, it's not meant to just keep your knee in the joint, basically. But mostly, I'm no doctor, I shouldn't say this, but I could say, my knee gave out if I went side to side, and I think that's the ACL's primary purpose. And since I'm just going straight, I'm not turning or anything, there wasn't much of an issue there. So anyway, I do it. I'm sure I didn't tell my doctor. But anyway, I've run through countless injuries. I know you've run through some pretty shitty times. Pretty bad circumstances.
Yeah.
We recently just got back from the East Coast visiting our daughter in a humid area, and boy, does it make you realize how much you like the dry heat. And on the way back, we stopped through Las Vegas, and we ran just because we kind of got up late and ran late. Again, this is another reason why you don't do this, because you have a streak, you got to go at some point. But we ran in probably 108. Okay.
At 11 o'clock in the morning.
But in the desert.
On the Las Vegas Strip.
Yeah, it's definitely hot there, but doable. I've done it. I've done some probably hotter ones than you, because you generally, if it's super hot or above 100, you just won't do it.
Yeah.
I am preferential to running outside versus a treadmill. I just don't like the treadmill.
Whereas I have absolutely no issues with a treadmill.
Yeah, I just don't like it. I'll just get off. And this is probably why, if I'm still recording these things, you're not going to see too much of Danielle, and that's basically because she likes the treadmill and I like the outdoors.
There's short windows of the year when I get home after work, and it's still light and cool where I'll run. But that's only a few months.
All right, well, in the winter, you'll join me more.
Yes.
I mean, it might run out of daylight sometimes, but at least it's going to be cool. Unfortunately, where we're at, it stays pretty warm the majority of the year. Well, I'd say fortunately, actually. But
yeah.
The heat don't break till
late
October, sometime in November. And sometimes it seems like we don't even have a winter. Yeah, but we live we live in an area where I think running is actually pretty easy. The weather is not tough.
Lots of wildfires, which can affect conditions, but thankfully we were not affected by it too much.
Yeah, that's only happened a few times I can remember.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, so one of the other reasons not to run is we have run in some pretty awkward spots. I myself have run twice in an airport terminal, once in Washington, D.C., once in Las Vegas, because I got to get it done within a 24-hour period. And one, I either know I'm going to run out of time, so I got to get it done, or two, when I get home, it's really going to suck to do it because of how late it's going to be or how early or whatever. And like I said, I've run on countless injuries where I know I probably should just give my body a rest. And I know
that's where running with me comes in. Forces them to slow down a bit.
Yeah, I actually appreciate it. She thinks I don't like it because I technically can run faster and maybe even longer than her, but I don't mind slowing down because I know I need to. Not that I'm super fast, but it's just useful. It's sort of my break. All right, tell me about a really crappy time where you ran just to get it in.
Probably right after the Giants won, like the second to last World Series. I came home from work and my mom booked a hotel in San Francisco for us to take Brody, our son, and our nephew, Owen, to the parade. But because it was so last minute, I literally had like 15 minutes to run in and pack for the night.
Yeah.
And at that time, our treadmill was in the garage. And I remember I did like an 8-minute pace just to get it done. So.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That kind of sucked. I'm very much a planner and like to plan out my runs.
And
I don't like them sprung on me.
And outfits.
Yeah, and outfits.
All right, well, we got to keep going because this is too good. Anyway, and I know I've driven, and you included, have driven cross country a few times within the last, this year for sure. I've done it 3 times now. And done?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I have stopped at Tesla superchargers, and while I'm waiting for the car to charge, go out for a run in some town that I don't know.
We ran twice in Eiffel, Colorado.
Eiffel, Colorado?
Yep. Because it was got to be the coolest. And our charge was 15 minutes. So.
Oh, that was right near the Sonic.
Yeah. No. That was where the Sonic.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a Sonic.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just remember the weirdest things. Anyway. You're done?
Yeah, that run was way too fast for me.
All right, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna put this thing on my head. All right, hold on for a short break here. All right. I'm gonna finish up.
Okay, you boy and girl, have fun.
All right, Holly and I are gonna finish up. Although she looks a little hot. She knows how it goes.
Yeah. We'll run 2 more.
4 miles. She's good with it.
Yep.
We'll stay in the shade, girl.
All right.
All right. All right, Popeye. We are running slow, but that's cool. All right. All right, so continuing this conversation, why not to do it? I've run in some pretty bad conditions. some last minute runs in the weirdest places. I've run drunk. I've run on a full stomach. Not fun. What? Let's keep going. Okay, puppy, I'll take you back. You're hot. I've run on groin strains, a broken foot. That one was rough. And I wouldn't recommend it for the inconvenience of it and the stupidity of it, to be honest. There's just times when we're places and we're there with family and someone says, hey, we gotta run still. And we get these nasty looks from friends or family, or the occasional spectator, like, what in the world are they doing? We've run in normal clothes in the desert. In the snow, in hail and rain. Pretty much everything, you name it. And besides just regular running on the street, which we do like 95% of the time, I'll even run on dirt paths occasionally. I'll still consider that street running, but we'll run elevation, so we're on trails. Those are kind of fun, but they're another beast. I've run a few ultras. Trying not to do those. Every time I'm in the middle of one of those, I'm reminded by the fact that last time I ran one, I said, why am I doing this? Ultra marathons are pretty punishing. And I guess technically you can run ultra marathons on the road too. But most of the time it's pretty customary to do it on a trail, I'd say. However, I would say the crowd support, or at least the enthusiasm at a trail run, is a little different, because the people that run those, they're into it. They're devoted to the sport, the trails, nature. Super nice to other people, versus someone who runs, you know, your weekend half marathon. Yeah, they're probably fit people sometimes, and they're into it, but maybe a little less committed to the run or the purpose of the run, and sometimes are there for the medal. Oh, one other thing about not running daily, and I can't even say that this is actually a daily thing, But although I think your lungs get a heck of a workout, I think your legs, if you're not doing some strength training, your legs, your muscles in your body will atrophy. And if that's important to you, you still got to do that. Running does a good job of burning calories, and your body will naturally shed some weight and muscle mass. Except maybe your lungs and heart. Interesting thing about becoming a runner is that some people can develop a heart condition and you would think that'd be completely contrary, but I know it's been known for some people who developed an enlarged heart, and I don't know the ramifications of that exactly, but I know it can be a cause of concern. And I'm thinking running daily may have some impact there. What are we at? Almost at 3, and I'm running basically a 7:30 pace right now versus closer to 10 with Danielle. And no Holly. It's a little later and warmer. She can bow out, no problem. All right, I just hit mile 3. But gotta keep going. Try to get 4 here. So if you've got an addictive personality, and you need a vice, that's not socially abnormal or adverse, hey, maybe running is for you, actually. You'll meet some good people. I'm gonna turn here. There are definitely a ton of running groups out there. I have been running for years. Obviously consistently for at least the last 12 years, but I would say more or less 15, maybe a little longer, and then did my time in the Army, ran there. Son runs still on occasion. He was pretty darn good at it. But the running clubs, if that thing interests you, there's plenty of them. There's one that just popped up, I would say within the last 2 years where I'm at. And they get a pretty big social media following, and you'll see either sponsored runs or just get-togethers. There used to be a run club where I worked that kind of died during COVID. There are niche run clubs. Wife and I were walking Holly last week, and all of a sudden we see about 30 dudes running. And I can't see too far from distance, but I see these guys and I start to notice it's all guys, and I'm like, what the heck? This is kind of weird. And while I'm running, guy yells out, "Dad's running club." So I look it up online, and they've got a following. Never seen this, although probably gonna have to join it at this point. And although their pace is slower than what I'm used to, that kind of defeats the purpose sometimes, and it would be nice to slow down for myself and just be social with other people who have similar interests. So you'll find clubs like that. My run club at work. Well, first off, I work for a winery. No, I probably didn't mention that, but a very large winery. And the run club at the winery, although it doesn't exist anymore, used to run at least once a week. And they would always end up at some pub or something. That's a good way to end a race. Drinking a beer or whatever. Heck, even if you're not drinking, it's another good social atmosphere. And a lot of times at these marathons, half marathons, road races, whatever, they will have a free beer at the end. And if you like beer, the best beer you're ever going to drink is the one after a marathon. It doesn't even matter what variety it is. But I caution you, don't mix it with the milk they give you. I've done that. Pick one or the other. Chocolate milk is also amazing after a long run. We're getting close to finishing up here. And again, I'm going to do more than 4. And I will generally keep these to about 4. I did not like running with that stick. This guy looks like he just ran an ultra. Good for him, got the water pack. He was on the canal and it's hot. Don't know the actual temperature, but I'm saying it's definitely in the 90s. Anyways, this is gonna finish it up for me. Sunday, August 9th, 2026.